There was a time in this country when most people made their livings by farming. Some farmers did well, some barely scratched out a living. John was one of the farmers who had a hard time feeding his family.
John's farm was quite small, and though he toiled in the fields every day, his crops were always brown and scrawny. It just so happened that John had a brother named Ned, a clever lad.
My brother John was not a very good farmer, but he loved his work. So I decided that as long as he was happy, I would make sure we had enough to eat.
One day, when the wind blew very cold, Ned sent John to the chicken coop to fetch dinner.
This is the last chicken we have, Ned. I don't know what we will eat tomorrow. So roast it with care. When the chicken was cooked, Lucy set it on the table. John said, "What a grand chicken you have prepared. It looks so brown and crispy, and it smells delicious. It is a shame we have not even a crust of bread to go with it. Oh well, we cannot dwell on what we do not have. Let us call in the siblings and eat."
Do not call our siblings. I am going to take this chicken to the Baron who lives in the fine house on the hill.
I do not understand you at all, Ned Carver. Why do you want to give away our last piece of food?
Don't worry, I have an idea.
Ned thought that if he gave the chicken to the Baron, he might give something even better in return.
So he set off for the Baron's house. When he got there, he was shown into the parlor where the Baron sat with his wife, 2 sons, and 2 daughters. Ned gave the chicken to him.
I hope you will accept this gift, sir. It is all I have to give you, but you are welcome to it.
There's nothing we like better than juicy, roasted chicken. It smells delicious. I would like you to divide it among us so that each gets a fair share.
Ned picked up the knife and looked around the room. All eyes were upon him.
Let me see. There are 6 of you all together.
Don't forget yourself. You shall share it with us. The Baron made himself comfortable in his favorite chair. As Ned looked at the bird, the first thing he did was cut off the tail and give it to the Baron's wife.
Then he pulled off the 2 legs of the chicken and handed one to each of the Baron's sons. Ned then gave a wing to each of the Baron's daughters.
You lovely girls get the wings, because each of you will someday marry and fly from your father's care.
Finally, Ned cut the cheek off the head of the chicken.
There can be no question that this is the right part for you, sir, because you are the head of the house. And since I'm just a poor farmer's wife, I will be happy with the leftovers.
Of course, that meant Ned got most of the chicken. Wasn't she clever? The Baron laughed and slapped his thigh. Bless my soul, you are a sly one, Ned Carver. I have enjoyed myself so much. I want you to take this jug of nectar and this loaf of bread along with the chicken. I hope your paths will cross again someday.
Ned took the food back home. That night, he and his family ate until they were full. The next day, John was in town and told some other farmers what Ned had done. One of those farmers was Amos Green. Amos was a greedy man and was always looking for a way to get the best of a deal.
Amos saw no reason why he couldn't do what Ned had done, so he went home and roasted 5 fat geese. Then he took them to Baron. "Here, sir, I would like you to have these 5 yourself so each of us get a fair share.
Amos took the knife, but just as he started to make a cut, he stopped and scratched his head. He could not think of a way to divide the 5 geese fairly between the 7 people. Finally, the Baron grew tired of waiting.
Send for Ned. He will know what to do. When Ned arrived, the Baron said, "Here's the problem. We have 5 geese to be divided fairly between me, my wife, my 2 sons, my 2 daughters, and you. Can you do it?"
Why, certainly, sir. Here is a goose for you and your wife. Now you, your wife, and the goose are 3. And here is a goose for your daughters and 1 for your sons. Now they are 3. If I take the 2 remaining geese, then I have 3 also. You see, it's really very simple.
The Baron roared with laughter. When he stopped, he turned to Aunt Amos and said, "Do not come back to my house until you are as clever as Ned. And since I do not think that will ever be, I bid you a final farewell."
The Baron was so pleased with Ned, he rewarded him with 3 gold coins and promised to teach John how to be a better farmer, so the family would never go hungry again.
The Baron kept his promise, and slowly but surely, I became a good farmer. My crops grew high, and my family grew strong, all because of Ned.
Clever